Alright, so before I get into this video, let me just say this, man. I am a big Charlo fan. I love Charlo. I've been a huge fan of them since about 2000 and I want to say when he fought that Hector Munoz dude, 2014, 2013, somewhere along there, bro. So what's good? It's the one, the only, but what do I know? Boxing, back at you with another one. So, Steve Espinoza, which is Showtime's president, just recently did an interview saying what you guys see on here. I don't hear anybody except for a few notable people who are pushing for Charlo Andrade. It's not something I see on social media or when I'm out in public that people say that's the fight you have to make. I just don't. A part of it is Andrade hasn't been visible as he has been on the zone, fighting guys who don't have the biggest name. I just don't think there are a whole lot of demands for it. Okay. Now, I did not want to have to do this video because, man, it's gonna seem like I'm going against my dude Jamal. But the truth is the truth. First of all, like I said, I love Jamal Charlo. I'm a big fan of the line. I'm a huge fan of Jamal and Jamel Charlo. Lions only, bro. Love them boys. Love them. However, nobody in their right mind is asking for him to fight Matt Selesky. I get the business side of it, but Demetrius Andrade is no longer with DAZN. I think the time is to make the fight now. Jamal does not have any notable victories at 160, except for Sergey Derevyanchenko. And now, Matt Korobov is a very good fight. It's a very good victory, but a lot of people don't know Matt Korobov, so they're not going to give Jamal Charlo credit for beating Matt Korobov, even though I do, because Matt Korobov, in my opinion, was going to beat Chris Eubank before he had injured him. I picked Matt Korobov to beat Chris Eubank, but he hurt himself in that fight. Matt Korobov is a very good fighter. Was a very good fighter. However, he's not. Nobody knows him, so people are not going to give him credit for that. Now at 154, it's undeniable. Jamal Charlo, he did his thing at 154. He beat Cornelius Bundridge. I want to say that was to get the IBF belt. When he beat Cornelius K9 Bundridge, Austin Trout, Julian J. Rock Williams. Those are good names at 154. He has some good names at 154, but at 160, he doesn't have that marquee name. I think the best guy that he beat at 160 was Sergey Derevyanchenko, then Matt Korobov. All right, I think he fought like Brandon Adams, who beat Sugar Shane Mosley's son. But I mean, it's not really a big name, a marquee name that solidifies Jamal at 160. Now, however, yes, they did try to fight Jaime Munguia, and because of Golden Boy, that fight didn't happen. All right, I know they were pushing for a Triple G, but Triple G, Tom Loeffner, Triple G's promoter, stated that fight didn't make sense at that time. All right, but listen. The fight with Demetrius Andrade is overdue. We've been wanting that fight. How can you sit there and say that nobody's asked for that fight? Jamal Charlo needs a marquee name at 160. All right? Demetrius Andrade, I don't know if he moved up to 160. He hasn't fought at 160 yet, so I'm assuming that he still might ponder the idea of going back to 160. That fight has to happen. Nobody has asked for him to fight Matt Selesky or that dude that he fought last year in May, Montiel. Nobody asked for those fights. All right, nobody asked for those fights. I don't recall not one person asking, "Hey, can we get?" Matter of fact, I think Mascalet, that Majestic Sulesky dude, I think he lost to Demetrius Andrade. If I'm not mistaken, I think that he lost to Demetrius Andrade. Now, I also want to say nobody's ever stopped him before. So, I mean, I could see that being a goal, but I mean, it's not anything that's going to just take Jamal over the top, man. It's definitely not going to warrant a Canelo fight. So it's like, man, listen, these fights need to happen, bro. These fights need to happen. I get it that Demetrius Andrade hasn't fought. Demetrius Andrade has the most trash resume as a top fighter, should I say, as a top fighter. Demetrius Andrade has the most trash. No, I'm sorry, Jaime Munguia does. But Demetrius Andrade is right behind Jaime Munguia. With the most trash resume as a top fighter. Like, I think the biggest name Demetrius Andrade beat was Vanes Martirosyan, who actually was a lot. See, that to the casual, that means nothing. See, only a diehard boxing fan like myself would know that, because Vanes Martirosyan was a very good contender at 154. And I want to say Demetrius Andrade was the first person to beat him. He had a draw against Erislandy Lara, but I thought Lara won that fight. But then Lara came back and beat him in the rematch. But Demetrius Andrade was the first person to beat Vanes Martirosyan, but that's like the biggest name on his resume. Willie Nelson, nobody knows. Who else is Demetrius Andrade faced? He just called out Chris Eubank, but Chris Eubank is fighting welterweights. He can't get a fight. I never understood why Demetrius Andrade couldn't get a fight with Triple G. Canelo just does not want to fight this dude for whatever reason. Why not make these two dudes fight? These guys need each other at this point, bro. They need a big name, bro. Neither one of these guys. Now, Jamal's resume is better than Demetrius Andrade's. That's clear. Jamal has fought world champions. Demetrius Andrade, I think that he might have fought for a vacant belt both times or every time. Has he beaten a champion? He beat that Lantez Fox dude, but that wasn't a champion. But that's not even a guy that people would even know. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys need to fight each other, bro. These guys, this is a fight that needs to happen. I guarantee you, more people will want to see Jermall Charlo versus Demetrius Andrade rather than Jermall Charlo versus Matt Sulewski. I don't want to see that. I didn't even want to see his last fight. And you guys got to stop with that, because one of these guys that you don't know, man, I'm telling you, one day it's going to be an off night for these top fighters, and it's going to be a good night for them, and then it's going to be a good night to the top fighter. Y'all got to stop that, man. I'm telling you, bro. Put these guys in there with Demetrius Andrade. I personally have never heard Jermall Charlo back this. I would have assumed that he would have been stated, we tried to make a fight with Demetrius Andrade. I've never heard Jermall say that. So I don't know if this is necessarily true. I do know that Eddie Hearn was saying that they offered Jermall like $7 million. Don't know why. If it's true, because I do know promoters do a lot of BS and talking, and people also don't know the stipulations that come into the contract. But again, it's only up in the air to debate because Jermall hasn't spoke on this. But for example, I know Golden Boy does this a lot. What they'll do is they'll offer a fight and they'll say in the contract, it's like, if you beat our fighter, we get to promote 3 of your fights. Kind of like what Top Rank just did to Devin Haney. So I don't know if that's the case. I'm not saying that's the case. Again, Jermall never spoke on this, so it's up in the air for debate. I don't know why, but if they offered $7 million, and if it was a clean contract, I don't see why Jermall would have turned that down. All right, Demetrius Andrade is just in a rocking a hard place, man. The man cannot get a good fight to save his life. Literally, the biggest name or the best fighter that was on his resume was Vanes Martirosyan, and he didn't do too much of anything after Demetrius Andrade or after Lara beat him. Besides take 2 years off and then move up to middleweight to fight Triple G when Canelo tested positive for clenbuterol and get stopped in like 2 rounds by Triple G. I mean, bro, this is just ridiculous. This is the issue with boxing, man. Let this fight happen. I want to see the fight. I know a lot of people. I guarantee if we do a poll right now, who would you rather see fight? Who would you rather see Jermall fight? Demetrius Andrade or Magic Sulewski? I guarantee you, I can bet my life on it 100%, except for the people that might be from the place that Magic Sulewski is from, which, bro, the way his name sounds, I don't know why. Every time I freaking hear his name, I think of a whole new world. I don't know why. I just think of Aladdin. I'm not being racist, but I'm just saying, I don't know where this dude is from. But I guarantee you 100% of people want to see dude fight Demetrius Andrade. Let me know what you guys think. Who you want to see Jermall Charlo fight? Like, comment, subscribe, but what do I know? I don't hear anybody except for very few notable people who are pushing for Charlo Andrade. I mean, come on, bro. Like, and it's only the fight that we've been asking for since like freaking 2014. You know, now obviously Demetrius Andrade, they were supposed to fight. He was supposed to fight Jamel, and he pulled out for his reasons. But dang, and I don't even know who will win this fight. That's what makes it so amazing. I'm sorry, bro. I just had to add that, bro. I'm sorry. Like, comment, subscribe, but what do I know?